On today's show, Donald Glover shows us why he's proud to be an American. Young Dolph rips a page out of Oprah's book, and we finally find out why Post Malone is a certified sad boy. Welcome to As We Proceed. I'm Feliciano Segundo.
I'm Chris Maitland, and this is the official podcast of disgraced digital fighting champions.
Okay, I have no idea where that's from.
Well, get woke.
All right, so the first story we have today, I guess we're just going to go into it.
Oh, no, you're mistaken.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
See,
all right,
now we are bringing back a fan favorite segment called We Fucked Up.
I know where this is going.
Yes, this is what we acknowledge. As you can tell, for now that we're available in video format, that we don't look things up during the show, and because of that, we make some mistakes. Now, Feliciano made it scot-free through the last episode, but me, not so much.
Hey.
I performed very poorly, and now I'm going to correct those mistakes right now. All right, so in the conversation about Nicki Minaj, I said that I thought Truffle Butter was her last single. And that came out, she hadn't had a single in 2014, 2015. I was mistaken. Her last solo single was Regret in Your Tears, which came out last year. So I blew that one. I referred to Flatbush.
I think I'm done with this.
I referred to Flatbush Zombies' new album as Vacation from Hell.
Oh, it's Vacation.
It's Vacation in Hell.
Yeah.
They were not having a bad vacation. They took a vacation to hell. So I fucked that one up.
These are like tiny mistakes.
These are derailing mistakes that are blackballing my name.
You're gonna waste time.
I'm bringing shame to my dojo.
Oh my God. So don't ever edit Wikipedia page.
A tremendous amount of shame to my dojo. And and on the Nice for What video conversation at the beginning of the episode, when we could not figure out who the person in the top left corner is, and I incorrectly said it was the girl from Blackish, it was Zoe fucking Saldana.
Wait, no, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. It was the top left, the one that was the closest to you. I managed to get all
that
of them.
was Zoe Saldana?
Yes. Well, this is why I just proof I need to go to the fucking eye doctor.
Oh, okay.
Because I was like, I think that's the girl from Blackish. No.
But the girl from Blackish was in the video.
She was. I wasn't mistaken. I didn't have that wrong. But I managed to. You're like, who's that? And I'm like, I can't really tell, but I think it's the girl from Blackish. You said she looks grown. Yes, because I misidentified her as Zoe Saldana. That's why. Who is significantly older than the girl from Blackish.
Definitely. Rest in peace, Gamora.
Yes.
There's our Infinity War spoiler. Hey, we got it out of the way.
Thank you for ruining the fucking movie, asshole. It's only been out for 3 weeks.
Did you not see Infinity War?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw it 2 weeks
ago.
Then. And I'm not gonna get into that, but that's not even like. Well, let's get real here.
All right. So, are you done now?
Death isn't real.
Have you gotten your
death isn't real?
You gotten all your mistakes out of the way?
Now I'm done. Yeah. Now that I've confirmed that death isn't real.
We're gonna have to do another one next week because death is real.
False. Not in the MCU.
Ladies and gentlemen,
not the
our
MCU.
First story. Childish Gambino has blown up the internet with his new video for his single for his last album. I don't know if you knew this, but it is his final album as Childish Gambino.
What?
This is America. Go ahead.
Reportedly not on the album.
Oh, really?
He said he reportedly, we'll see it come September if it is, but apparently it's not on the album.
Oh, okay. Look at this guy right here, man. I mean, look at the way, the orange
Look at flexing.
Chin, the orange chin on this wide shot.
He's cooking it up.
But, I mean, yeah, he's cooking up, man.
He's cooking up.
Did you notice there was a certain number of features, underneath the beat?
Not the first time I heard it, but yeah, there's ad libs from a lot of members of the trap community, including my beloved Young Thug.
The person on that T-shirt you're wearing there.
21 Savage, Blockboy JB.
Man.
Quavo.
Yeah,
and Slim
Sway
Jimmy
Lee.
from Race Rem. No, wrong member of Race Rem.
Slim
So you're. I'm just calling you out. We're doing We Fucked Up in real time now.
I don't really care, dude. I'm sorry. I don't care.
You're the wrong member.
We're not reviewing Shrek, so who cares? But yeah, many people were on this song. But I mean, let's talk about this video for a second. Man.
Yeah, I'll say of all the things that I did not expect you to go out that and get like, man, did you hear those ad libs in the background?
The first thing I heard at the very end, because like you got to remember, he was hosting Saturday Night Live when he dropped this.
No, see,
this is so. Which I mean, look at that set, man.
And I happened to. I usually don't watch Saturday Night Live, but I was getting back from my friend's house at around like 12:15, 12:30. And I happened to catch when I got out of the shower, I caught his performance, and I thought mind you, it was late. I was sober, but still, I was like, dude, is that Young Thug in the background, like vocals? And then when I heard the studio version a couple days later, I'm like, nope, I was not mistaken. I could pick out that beautiful falsetto from a mile away.
What's crazy is like as soon as I heard, you're just a black man in the world, you're just a barcode. I'm like. Yeah, Chris is gonna pick up on that real quick, man. But nope, I was wrong.
I'm not gonna ignore him.
All right, let's go ahead and cut all that aside. What do you think of the video?
Well, the music video, it's well done. I mean, it's well directed the way I expected it to be because Hiro Murari, is that how you pronounce his name?
Murai, I think.
Murai, okay, yes. A frequent collaborator of Gambino. He's directs Atlanta. I mean, obviously, it's beautifully shot. It's beautifully choreographed. I mean, I think that the video itself, I think the song, and along with the song, I think that it's just being overrated as all hell because that's just how things are. I don't think the song is nearly as deep as it thinks it is, and I think that the video follows suit. We'll get more into that in a moment, but that's my just initial take.
We can get into it now if you want.
I'll let you rebuttal all that shit, but I mean, it's just.
You really want me to tell you what I think, man?
Go for it. I mean, it's very nice to look.
I think this video is incredibly problematic for the black community. It's disappointing. I think he should be ashamed of himself. No, I don't know what else to say. I mean, what else? What do you want me to say? I mean, this guy's like. What else is there to say that hasn't been said? This guy's a genius.
I don't know. I mean, what do you
He's
think?
a masterpiece.
So you think
this video is amazing, man. I feel like he could have
better than the song. I'll say that.
Yeah, well, yeah, I can tell you right now. I feel like this song wouldn't have been as big if this video didn't accompany it. I really don't think so. Because
you're probably right.
Because I remember. I remember from last year up until now, there have been a slew of political songs and political albums, right? Everybody.
I don't know why.
Gee, I wonder why. Could it be a certain political figure?
I don't know why all of a sudden everyone's getting very political.
Jeez. No, but so yeah, obviously the Trump administration has got all these people coming out to
everybody
has
feels
something
they
to
put
say
their
about
2
it.
cents in, yes.
And in some aspect, I think it's a little annoying because it's like, why does everyone have to like throw their 2 cents into it? I think and I think when there's so many things that have been said, you kind of start to run out of original takes.
Yep, that's I ditto that.
But in this case, I think it's very David Lynch. That's what I thought of. Very Lynchian, the video. You got stuff going on everywhere, and you got the white horse of the apocalypse. So
yeah. But I mean, like the song.
Can we talk about reaching for a second? Like
God, no. Then this is
like
I understand fucking think pieces,
it's
man.
It's okay to like think about and bring up concepts. I understand that rap hip hop is supposed to be an outlet for open dialogue. It's okay to bring up original concepts and theories and whatever. But when we get to that, like people think that the horse is like some sort of and it's
symbolizing
okay.
death. I mean that's pretty fucking obvious. I mean you don't have particularly since there's like drug deals going on in the background, like the police, like obviously the song is. I mean to me the interpretation I had of it was a pretty like blatant like. People view black people in general as pawns for their entertainment, but they don't take them serious. But they deny them human rights. Yeah. That's what I got from the song.
I think that's the general consensus. I would say.
See, I've seen that it's specifically a condemnation of gun violence is a common interpretation I've seen. No, but that it's strictly about gun violence.
Okay.
And I've seen people say that it's about how we as a culture don't focus on the important shit. We just choose to like blindly watch entertainment to like numb ourselves.
But I don't think people are arguing that it's strictly that. At least in
I've seen, but I mean, granted, there's a bajillion takes. I mean, there's fucking.
I've only seen people argue that like there are many theories, but this could also be it. Like I don't think anyone's arguing that is just it.
Yeah, I agree.
If that makes any sense. Like, for instance, here we have probably the most controversial part of the video. I mean, when I saw that, I was like, whoa!
I mean, it's definitely the
my
most
bones was like
visceral, shocking part of the video. It's even, I mean, and obviously there's 2 situations where he shoots people, but the first one is a lot less sudden.
That's the thing. Not only is it less sudden, but because it's one person, I think it speaks to how desensitized we are to violence in a way because. We see people get shot on TV all the time. We see people get shot in movies all the time. People in music videos getting shot.
Yeah.
But rarely ever do you see someone pull out a semi-automatic weapon and just like fire at an entire church choir. You know what I mean? So that's why.
No, not particularly in the middle of a music video either.
Exactly.
I mean,
kind of kills the mood. You need a little bit of it. No,
yeah, but I mean, crazy. I mean, I had heard the song a couple times before I saw the video, so I wasn't surprised.
Oh, this thing was in loop 4 times on my way out of work, man.
I watched the.
times.
I've seen the video 3 times now, but like I had heard the song twice before I had seen the video.
Oh, okay.
And I'm including the SNL performance. I had heard the studio version once, and I saw the live performance.
Oh.
So I was a little bit. I hadn't read anything about the video before I saw it because I mean, fuck that. I'm not gonna read anything and have anybody put something in my brain before I watch it myself. I'm very particular about that. Like I
understand that.
No, I like to go into shit with fresh eyes usually. Like I'll read like little bits and pieces. Like I'll read like a I mean, like a little synopsis sometimes, like or like I'll go if it's a movie or something or a TV show, like I'll occasionally like read like the snippet, like a quote on like Rotten Tomatoes or Metacritic, and then just that's about it. I don't like to go like read a full review and to have somebody else like go in with somebody else.
Well, you said earlier like all the think pieces are annoying you. Tell me like why.
Well, think pieces in general because it's just they're so fucking condescending. Think pieces in general.
What do you mean?
No, because it's basically like this is what I thought, and god damn it, like because usually think pieces are like why people don't understand this is America, and like I really don't need people to fucking like tell me that I'm wrong and this is the only way to view things. Like as and particularly as a fucking writer, like as someone who does write, like I've never done that in my fucking life.
Yeah.
Like my take is not fucking special.
Right.
It's just my fucking perspective.
Yeah, and you know what annoys me the most is there's a specific type of think piece that goes with this video.
Of course, and
it's the one that I told you about earlier about the memes.
Yes.
My goodness, are people upset about this?
Dear God, yeah, I'm gonna get to that in a moment. But specifically with but I mean to loop it back to the song itself is that I think a lot of the think pieces that were not that one, but that one did particularly
actually
piss me off. Good Lord, to the meme piece make me mad.
Well, what got you upset? Because I kind of want to like if we can just take a look at these, like this is gold right here, man. I saw an article somebody posted up on was it Vice?
It was Vice.
Vice posted up an article like why you need to stop memeing This Is America.
Okay. I don't think.
Which I understand. It's okay to be upset, but like, well, no, actually, no. It's okay that like you want to take the video seriously.
Yeah, dude.
But why can't you also have fun? Like, does that mean that this is devoid of humor?
To me, and this is why. Yeah.
Okay.
I hadn't seen. This is the first good meme I've seen for this video.
This is the one that particularly.
Okay, that's actually fucking funny as shit. I hadn't seen that. That's fucking hilarious. Okay, for the podcast audience, it's the choir scene when he first comes into the room and it says my GPA with the choir and then
Donald's walking in.
peeking in with saying finals. That's great. That's tremendous.
And you know what? Perfect timing.
No, see, exactly. Week, you know? And a lot of the memes I've seen are weak as shit. I mean, like a lot. I just don't think it's funny. Like the McDonald's Sprite, like my throat. I didn't think that shit was funny. Like
this one I like. I like this one because I mean, especially if you're a gamer, you know, you kind of understand. Like,
yeah, I guess that's. But Donald Glover, as serious as he was trying to be with the song, I don't think that this guy, if he didn't think that he was going to walk into a meme minefield with this video, he must like be completely out of his fucking mind. I don't think he hasn't commented on this, but Donald Glover, who is someone who has been arguably been made by the internet, like Donald Glover's fame has catapulted because of the internet.
It has.
Clearly, everyone's aware his second album was about this subject, and about the perils and appeals of the internet.
Right.
So this is it. Welcome. I mean, this is the beast that we made.
I think people are upset because they feel like the memes take away from
the intended message.
Right, but it's like if that's the if you're in a conversation, I'm messing up. But what I mean to say is if you're in a conversation with somebody that only thinks that way, that is so distracted by the memes that they can't understand or they're not able to actually focus on the message itself or even bring a clever interpretation of what they think the video is. Why are you even having a debate with that person?
Or how about this? This is the way I looked at it. Now, see, I think that we as human beings we choose to ignore our own hypocrisy. We're too busy, particularly the people. This meme article just really highlighted a huge problem
we're all hypocrites. The memes are the point of the video.
No. What I'm saying is that author and the tweets that he used to highlight his point.
I wish I would have put those tweets up, by the way.
Just highlighted the issue that people have is that people are so busy trying to be the morality police that they don't realize their own fucking hypocrisy. So basically using the author's logic is that we should be dedicating literally all of our fucking energy to causes and not focus on our own fucking life. So those people, when they're thumbing through these memes, what are they doing?
I have no idea.
What do they do? They should be out there fighting the cause. There's justice. Justice needs to be served. And I'm not taking away from these issues are fucking serious. But when you have people that are like literally just looking to they like thumb through Twitter like looking to get pissed because they're like so enraged that people took a fucking video full of images that are some of the images are ridiculous out of context.
Right.
And they're begging to be fucking memed. Donald Glover, if you don't think Donald Glover is eating this shit up, you're out of your fucking mind. Yes, Donald Glover made a serious song, but you can't tell me that he is not enjoying the popularity that he's getting.
I want to read some of these tweets because I mean I feel like the anger gets me. The thing is, there's a piece of me that understands the outrage, right? It's a very tiny piece of me, but it's a piece of me. Like coming from a black person's perspective, I can see why this is being made. Like, it's almost like they feel as if people are praising gun violence, or they're praising these graphic images and only using them, or putting like a comedic filter on them, right? So when someone tweets out, people cracking jokes about "This is America" literally reinforces the idea that our generation brushes off real world problems by creating distractions with memes. I understand the outrage, but like, did you have to tweet it in all caps? Like, do you have to bring it? Don't be so over the top about it.
Plus, I mean, like, I have the belief that everybody's going to interpret something differently. I just do, and there's no way everyone is going to listen to this song or hear this video and interpret it a different way. I'm sure that you and I have different perspectives of it, but like, to point out, but these people are on like this fucking crusade to like, look at you, like, look yourself in the mirror. Like, dude, look at yourself in the mirror. Like, I'm a hypocrite. You can point out my shit. I can point out your shit. Right. Welcome to the fucking world. This shit drives me insane.
That. Welcome to the internet. You know
exactly. And the internet has just magnified all of that.
Right.
And I think that we have a self-awareness problem as a species. It's not specifically. Also, you know what kills me is that people say, like, this is how we conduct ourselves in America. Are you You think this is just an American problem?
What are you talking about? Who's saying that?
I'm saying, but people are saying that, like, but.
Where?
There was mad tweets in that article, and the article was saying that in America, we particularly Americans, like, we get distracted by entertainment.
Well, because the video is called "This is America."
I'm aware of that,
yeah,
but,
I know.
But the tweets were more specific in saying that, like, oh, this is what we do in America, like, this is the most American thing ever. I'm like, there's a certain event on Saturday that's happening in the world, a little wedding, that people around the world are going fucking crazy over. It's basically like now, like, the monarchy in England doesn't have, it's rich people, it's the most esteemed and respected rich people in the world are getting married.
Right. Yeah, no,
a son, a grandson of the Queen is getting married.
Oh, this is news to me. Yeah, nobody knew about that.
But I'm saying, like, people around the world are infatuated with this.
I know.
And but I'm saying, like, there are a lot of people that are, I guarantee you, reading shit about that. So, like, why aren't you like spending your time focused about, like, all these societal and political issues that are happening in your world?
I don't know, man.
Exactly. Like, if you were to strictly dedicate your energy to all the horrible shit in the world, you'd be exhausted. Exactly.
Well, like, I think these people have actually reached that point, I feel like.
But you can't tell me, like, if you are turning a blind eye to shit. It doesn't matter who you are, what your background is, anything. You are turning a blind eye to some kind of oppression or injustice in the fucking world.
And you know the thing is, you don't have to beat yourself up about it, but even more importantly, you don't have to be mad, like, beat up other people.
No, this is my point, is that you have to put yourself on the same, hold yourself.
You're really upset about this issue.
No, I am, because I'm just so sick of people acting as the morality police. Like they're any better. You're not. We're all different levels of hypocrites, and we're all progressive on certain issues, and we're all fucking regressive on others. Right. And I'm just sick of people acting like they're fucking better than other people.
You should put out a political rap album.
Fuck you. I would rather stick my dick in a light socket.
What the fuck?
No, this is the thing. Like, the Trump era is the worst fucking thing to happen to the entertainment industry. Yeah. Not just the world, not just throw out all the serious shit that's going on. Yeah. It has ruined the entertainment industry. Because remember when he got elected and everyone was like, yo, dude, the art's gonna be so good. It's just,
look at what we get out of it, though. Think about it.
Look at how, but the problem is that the issue is Gambino, I think his music is when Donald Glover, the pretentious side of him as an artist comes out in his music to me.
What do you mean?
Like, he doesn't, I don't think, his shit, I don't, at least the view, I don't think his shit's as deep as he thinks it is. Like, this song, I don't think is overly deep, and it's a pretty obvious observation people have been making for decades. I don't think
the song is meant to be deep, though. I think the video is what's supposed to be the deep part.
I mean, I think it's supposed to just be magnifying the points that he's making in the song. I mean, like, that illustrating the points, I should say. Well, because, I mean, the song, the way I look at it, particularly, like, that's where I think the entertainment, like, perspective comes. I think that's where it gains credence, the whole, like, we distract ourselves, because, like, he's saying that, like, behind clothes, because, like, trap rap in particular, makes these like gun violence and selling drugs look cool.
Glorious, yeah,
glorifies it. But then he makes a trap song to condemn it, to condemn that. But then Donald Glover himself, on a level, is a hypocrite. This is Donald Glover's hypocrisy coming through.
Why?
Listen to me. So he has all these trap rappers obviously on there to magnify the point, guys that conduct themselves in this behavior. But then Donald Glover himself has praised the Migos to no end, and the Migos are one of the biggest offenders of this problem. He said during his Golden Globes that Bad and Bougie is the greatest song ever made.
Right.
And he's had them on his show. He fucking loves Migos, and I'm sure he has Young Thug has confirmed to be on his new album. Like, he admires a lot of these guys.
How does that make him a hypocrite? Because Bad and Bougie isn't even a glorifying violence.
No, but he stands for an artist that glorifies violence and drugs and drug use, probably as bad as anyone else in the industry.
So you can't. So that means that's a little hypocritical of you, because that what you're basically saying is that nobody can like any artist ever.
Exactly. But it looks like you're confirming my point.
How?
Is that we're all hypocrites.
Yeah, but
Donald Glover, the thing is, Donald Glover in this song, to me, like, he's kind of like coming at the hit, like to me, like, he's acting kind of righteous with the song.
why? I don't understand, because I feel like the song itself, like, why can't he have I don't know if. I feel like the song itself is supposed to serve a purpose, and it served that purpose. Right? Like, there are...
I mean, it's an in-your-face satire song.
Yeah.
But just because it's an in-your-face satire song doesn't mean it's particularly deep. And I think that he's just rehashing ideas that people have been having for forever. And I don't think it's done a particularly effective
So it doesn't hold any
fashion.
value?
I mean, to me, I don't think it has the value... Like, I admire what he tried to do, I just don't think it's particularly effective. That's just the way I looked at it.
How is it not effective? It's the #1 song in the country.
No, it's people are clinging on to it.
Right.
No, I'm not saying, like obviously, like, I'm good for him. I really like Donald Glover.
So what do you mean it's not effective?
I didn't think it was effective. That's just I'm just speaking for me, pal. That's
But
all
I'm saying,
I'm doing.
like effective.
Is that I just don't think that it's like, because he's being praised, and I think that he was just the way that he approached the song. Like, I think he was expecting to be praised for, like, having this, like, revolutionary outlook. I mean, people look compare.
And he was.
I don't think it's revolutionary. I mean, like, fucking Spike Lee's made like 8 movies that have been
right,
been
but
about
this is rap, though. This is hip hop. This isn't filmmaking. This is a completely different medium.
But
hip hop isn't usually the type of genre that would even go so far as to have a video like this. You know what I mean? Like, we all see videos all the time.
I mean, just
like,
because it's an artsier video doesn't mean it's like saying. But I'm talking about the message itself. I'm not talking about the style of the video. Because I mean, stylistically, if you were to look at the video, like, take out the meaning and just look at the
song
making
itself.
of the video or the song itself. Either
Right.
one. Like, I think the video itself is a much better made product than the song. The video is stunning. The video is stunning. It's incredibly well made.
Right.
It's a perfect music video to me, and it fits the theme of the song perfectly. I'm just saying I don't think the message and the symbolism of the song is as deep as Donald Glover wanted it to be and or thinks it is.
I'm trying to figure out the verse on here where he's like, what is it? This is America, police be tripping. Yeah, like, I mean, there are simple lyrics on it, like police be tripping. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, no, but he's saying, but at the same time he's saying, like, that. I mean, the chorus is like, "Go get your money, black man," basically saying, like, take advantage of these people.
No. I don't think.
I mean, like,
see, that's a perfect example of us not agreeing on the interpretation. Because what I got out of that is, I feel like that's what white people are telling. Like, that's the message that black people are getting told by white people is, go get your money, get your money, black man. Like Kendrick on the first thing what I thought of, I was reminded of the first song, Wesley's Theory,
yeah.
Where basically the black people are being told, like, go get all this money, go ahead, like, shuck and jive. You use this art form.
Be a consumer.
Even though we're going to profit off of it,
Correct.
go ahead and think that you're making all this money, even though technically it's all going to us.
It's all going to us, and
Right.
you be a consumer and be irresponsible.
Right, so I don't think it's anything...
But I think there was, like, an in Kendrick's case, it was like Kendrick was talking about... But the thing I liked about Tim Butterfly, I think Tim Butterfly illustrated a lot of similar points in a much better fashion, because I think... I just do. I think Kendrick Lamar did a better job.
I was just using that as a point
No,
of
I know
reference.
that, but I'm saying I know, and it's a good parallel to draw. But I think the thing with Wesley's Theory that I think that Kendrick Lamar, like, looked at it from both ways. Like, he looked at it like he criticized this government, and he also criticized the people themselves.
That's not what this song's doing?
I don't see. I mean, personally, I thought it was very one-sided.
I just told you when he's saying, "This is America, police be tripping, and don't catch you slipping." That's a warning to other people. He's speaking he's speaking from the perspective of black people.
Yeah.
Whereas towards the end of the song, where it's like, during the chorus of the song, "Get your money, black man, get your money, black man." That's, in my eyes, I feel like that's the other side of the coin. That's essentially white people telling black people, "Go ahead and get all the money you want. Think that you're balling. Think that you're being successful." When in reality, we're using you in order to push.
Yeah. See, what I got from it was that it was like, okay, like, this shit is fucked up. But, like, if people are paying you, just take advantage of it and get your money.
What the?
That's what I got out of it.
That's such a messed up, twisted message. I don't even think that's
That's
in line with Donald Glover.
that's what I got out of it.
But the thing is, I don't think that's
I think
completely
that's
out
why,
of character.
That's
of
why
Donald
he
Glover.
had.
That has nothing
That's
to do.
why he had all these trap artists on there to signify, like, look at these guys are successful.
I don't think that's true at all, dude. Personally, I feel like that's completely out of character with the person that Donald Glover is. I don't think he actually believes that. You think he really believes that?
Maybe.
Whatever,
and
man.
the beauty of perspective.
There you go. That's our interpretation. Look
at
that.
that. Yay, we did it.
Now we got to get all these people yelling at us, telling us how.
I don't give a fuck, dude. You fucking feel however you want to feel, man. You go look at it. Go write a fucking think piece, but I'm an asshole. I don't care. I don't give a fuck.
Just the term think pieces gets me upset.
No. I start seeing red when I hear the term think piece. When was the last time you read a think piece written by it from a level-headed perspective? It's just shove shit down your throat.
It's been a while.
No, because like basically, if we were both like think piece writers, and you just contradicted what I challenged what I said, and we were challenging each other, we'd be yelling at each other, like flipping the table over, and just calling each other stupid for an hour.
It'd be Fight Club up in this.
Pretty much. Verbal Fight Club.
Eventually, what we're gonna have to do is get to a point where like nobody can ever bring up anything.
Well, I think we're already getting there. I mean, it's just basically like, it's every time you spit out a take that's not the most like benign thing ever, you're gonna get murdered.
Yo, you look so like just disenfranchised right now.
Yeah, because of think pieces. Fucking think pieces.
All right, let's move on to our next
goddamn
story.
Blood bowl.
A more positive story.
Yeah,
do you have one last thing?
No, I'm just saying that I think that I don't know, man. I'm just sick of it.
Well, that's why I feel like Young Dolph can help us out there because Young Dolph.
He can, and this just delighted me.
This next story right here, man.
Yes,
boy,
this
Young
story
Dolph.
just delighted me. All right, well,
you see how we just changed the subject?
Yes, no, see, that's
the key right there.
Transition. All right, so this story it started off kind of. The story was a saga throughout last week. Yeah. It started last Monday.
There are many pieces to it.
Yeah, there is. So I'm gonna open with last Monday the news came out that a Starbucks, not a Starbucks, a Joe Van Gogh coffee shop, which to me is a little aside. Does that not sound like the coffee shop that would be next to like across town from Central Perk and Friends? Like I wouldn't be like this is a place that Phoebe would perform Smelly Cat at.
I guess. Yeah.
Just
definitely pretty.
Phoebe's performing Smelly Cat at the Joe Van Gogh
Cafe.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's what it was. So yeah, it's on the Duke University campus. So the vice president of student affairs, Larry Moenta, goes in there to get a muffin. And he is greeted when he goes in there. He's like, I'm just gonna go get a muffin. And he's greeted to the sounds of "Get Paid" by Young Dolph.
Yeah, man.
And my man Larry has a problem with the music, and he goes up to the employee and says, like, you need to turn this off. Mm-hmm. This is offensive. Kids come in here.
Yeah.
And the girl,
hashtag white people ruin everything.
Brittany Brown, was like, I'm sorry, sir. Turns it off and says, like, would you like this muffin for free? And he goes, no. He refused to pay for it, whatever. They have an exchange for a little bit. He pays for the muffin. He leaves. So then he eventually complains to the manager at the Joe Van Gogh. And Brittany Brown and the other worker on duty, Kevin Simmons, are both fired from their job over this incident. Now, see, there's a lot of weird elements in this.
Yeah.
No, I found it was revealed that it was off a Spotify playlist. Now that's just you're asking. I mean, like that's a dangerous thing. If you
Why?
I'm saying for a Spotify playlist, if you hand your employee, if you're the business owner, you say, all right. Once again, consider the climate we're in. Considering it's a fucking coffee shop. Kids might be in there.
Right.
Spotify, usually not a lot of edited music. Usually you're getting the album version. It's explicit.
Especially if it's on that rap caviar.
Exactly. Exactly. And you just throw on some Young Dolph.
Yeah.
No, it's absolutely ludicrous that they got fired, in my opinion.
Well,
but
I mean, yeah, I agree.
I mean, it's insane. I mean, like you should get like a hey, like a war, like don't do that again, Brittany.
That's probably that's the furthest to how it should go.
I actually read this morning when I was getting all the names for this piece. That the Joe Van Gogh has now disassociated. Now they're completely independent from this Duke University. They're now like they're not deferring because people from Duke like went to the manager and said like this is it out. Like they're all pissed. They just got it fired. So Young Dolph obviously gets wind of this. Mm-hmm. And is like, all right, guys. And he was tweeting about it like all week. He's like, this is bullshit. Like whatever. Like this guy doesn't really get paid and all this shit. Like this guy's an asshole. Like he's taking his kids and taking the jobs away from the kids. So Young Dolph's performing at the Rolling Loud Festival in Miami on Friday, and he brings out Brittany Brown and Kevin Simmons.
Yeah,
and
man.
said, all right, well, this guy took your job. So while in the interim, like this guy doesn't get paid like Young Dolph gets paid.
Yeah, yo, he had
Young
one
Dolph,
up in there.
I have a giant dolphin chain around my neck, but I'm getting fucking money. I mean, you don't get this on a vice president student affairs salary.
And to prove it, here's $20,000.
Here's $20,000 fucking dollars for you. I mean, like, is that the best severance package of all time?
That's amazing.
I mean, you get brought out on stage with the man who was responsible for you getting fired. Like, this guy's like, all right, I am making this. I'm gonna fix this injustice, and I'm gonna give you $20,000.
Look at him right there, man. He's like,
exactly.
You know what's crazy? It's like nobody knows it's about to happen.
I mean, this got a bigger reaction when Meek Mill made a surprise performance on Saturday.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
Like, Meek Mill's first post-prison performance was put on the back burner. Was Young Dolph for Young
two baristas?
That is obviously, I'm kidding, but this was the second biggest story to come out of Rolling Loud this weekend.
Right.
But still, it's just how great is it that Young Dolph just brings these kids. It made my day when I found out about it. I literally texted Feliciano immediately. Like, we're talking about this. This saga ended on the most beautiful note. Like, I probably wouldn't have felt compelled to bring it up if Young Dolph just got like the song. I think the kids got fired and it ended there.
And I mean, if Young Dolph had just tweeted, man, the white people got to ruin everything.
Yeah.
That probably would have been the end of it.
No, but like,
there probably would have been some more think pieces.
But like, what the fucking? But like, can you imagine just like, are you like, how can you be like that? Be like, yo, these kids need to get fired because the lyrics are. Also, like, the odds of it's on Duke's campus, and Duke is in Durham, North Carolina, which is a big city. Mm-hmm. I confirmed on Wikipedia this morning. It's the 4th largest city in North Carolina.
Oh boy, here comes you and your facts.
So it's probably not a case where I'm assuming it's like on the campus.
I mean, my assumption is like, you know how like the college that we went to had a Starbucks on campus.
Yeah, and it was literally in the middle of the campus.
Right. So I'm thinking it was one of those situations.
And we went to a small fucking school.
Right. So I'm thinking that's how it was. It's like it was a part of the campus. It might have been. Was it owned? It was owned by Duke.
Yes.
So, I mean, from a business perspective, I'm guessing if there's such a level of outrage to where now it falls back on the university, I guess I understand why they would be upset. However, I don't see why they would want to move to motion to fire somebody, because then that's also just bad for business.
No,
because now you have to hire more.
And clearly, and it's evident, because they wanted to avoid the discrimination thing that they fired. Because Brittany Brown, the girl who was playing the music, was a black woman, and Kevin Simmons is a white man.
He's a white man, yeah.
So clearly you can't, there's no way that you can spin the discrimination angle.
Oh, I'm sure someone would find a way.
You're probably right. But it's a lot harder to.
I know, yeah.
And that's, unfortunately, I think that's why the other guy got fired, because they wanted to avoid discrimination.
What do you mean?
Claims. I'm saying, like, just because, again, and it's justified. In a lot of cases, there is people that get fired for for racial and gender biases, but they didn't want to avoid. They thought they were silencing the headlines by they'd be like, all right, well, we fired the black, we also followed a white kid, so we can't be.
Oh, I thought they got fired at the same time.
They did, but I'm saying the reason they did that is because they wanted to avoid. Because if they just fired the black girl, you could make a legitimate discrimination.
But they were
both on duty. But she was in charge of the music. Apparently, she said herself that she was in charge of the music. So I'm saying, like, I think they just brought that kid down because they didn't want to get charged of discrimination.
Oh, okay. I thought they were both responsible for playing the music. Okay.
No. Brittany Brown was apparently in charge of the. So it was great. You know, it was hilarious though when I went to. I had not heard the song. I'm not very familiar with Young Dolph's music. Literally, before this story broke out, I can tell you 3 things about Young Dolph. The fact that he has a giant dolphin chain, which is the greatest chain in hip-hop, in my humble opinion. I think it's even more excessive and insane than Lil Uzi versus Marilyn Manson chain. There's that. He's collaborated with Gucci Mane frequently, I can tell you that. And the third thing I can tell you is that he got shot last year, and at his Rolling Loud performance in San Francisco, he came on stage in an ambulance. It was the funniest goddamn thing. I'm like, so this guy, Young Dolph, I'm not going to lie, I've only heard a couple of his songs, but I am a fan of his, because this guy is hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, the dolphin chain, and coming out in an ambulance like 8 months after you got shot on stage is hysterical.
It was like a wrestling return. Like,
pretty much.
That's pretty much how it was.
It's like a young Ric Flair.
Yeah, there you go.
But I mean, this
Ric Flair drip.
This story. I mean, but I live for bizarre stories like this, and it's just hip hop, and for all the shit it gets and all that. But there's so many bizarre, like, weird, petty stories like this that are just incredible. And this this story could have, like I said earlier,
it could have spiraled like incredibly out of control.
It could have, and kudos to Young Dolph for taking the bull by the horns and.
And on top of that, it's also awesome PR for him and his.
Oh, it is. You shitting me?
Because like a year from now, these two kids, like the boy and the girl, are probably gonna have like a SoundCloud.
They probably.
They're probably gonna be putting out music.
Yeah, they can go put
and that's not a joke. That could actually happen.
They be playing them in Joe Van Goghs everywhere. After Smelly Cat.
Oh man. All right. So I mean, I guess that's all there really is to say about him. I mean,
I guess.
Are you interested in Young Dolph, like his music after this, or is it just him as a person?
Well, I've heard Get Paid, and I wasn't particularly impressed with it, but I will definitely. I feel compelled to check out his music further now.
Why do you feel compelled?
Because this is hilarious, and I now like him very much as a human being.
All right.
So it's like how I grew to like Lil Yachty.
Oh, okay.
Because I was like a little bit, I wasn't a fan, but then I was like, I heard this guy talk, and I'm like, yo, he's a swell chap. So I'm gonna go examine his music and stop being so hard.
Chap.
Yes, I'm gonna go stop being so fucking hard on it.
Very well. Well, I mean, I guess that knocks that out of the way. So let's segue onto our last story. He's not a swell chap. He's a very
That's not fair to say about Austin Post.
Well, I mean,
I would call him
the hip hop Dracula.
I don't know. I would call him.
I mean, look at this picture of him, man. Look at this picture right here. This guy, you gotta tell me this guy's
just profiling.
He wouldn't be playing
That's
Dracula.
Profiling as the vampire community.
Look at this video, man.
He's from Syracuse.
Oh my goodness, man. But anyway, we're reviewing Post Malone's Beerbongs and Bentleys.
Yes, the official soundtrack of the Caucasian parties this summer. So just if you're partying with the Caucasians this summer, I'm including myself in that. You will be ripping some Post Malone.
There you go.
It'll be happening.
Yeah, man.
So if you haven't heard the album yet, you will be hearing it before too long.
Oh yeah.
And there's like 42
people
singles.
are praising the heck out of this thing.
See, I have not seen that. I've seen people dumping on it left and right.
No.
Including the cover. Look, it's Yeezus. It's the Yeezus cover. Okay, first off,
I like this a lot better than the Yeezus cover.
Kanye West did not invent the
plain
the
CD
have a
case.
See-through cover situation.
Yeah, no.
It's not like so. Yeah, so yes, Post Malone chose not to have a cover.
I mean, that is a cover in itself.
It is. And there actually is like writing on it, which
right.
Kanye's was literally just the album.
It was a sticker.
It was a sticker.
Yeah, so that's
all it was. So
I'll give him points for that.
Hell, this is maximalist compared to the Yeezus cover.
I mean, in one way, I hate to be the one to say this, but Post Malone has done something better than Kanye in one aspect. He's better at one album cover.
Yep.
So he's one for.
So I'd say safe
Post
to say.
Malone 1, Kanye 0.
Post Malone next Kanye West.
No.
You said it here.
No, that's not what I said.
Write a think piece. Write a think piece.
No. I'm saying
Feliciano Segundo the 12th.
I'm looking at the
Kanye
album
West
cover.
is the next Post Malone.
Yeah, that's gonna be the freaking the pull quote from this episode.
Yeah, exactly.
No, what I'm saying is like he took some steps. All he did was he took the Yeezus album cover, he threw his own spin on it, and he added some creativity.
He made that shit mustard yellow.
And he had some barbed
wire and some black writing.
Yeah, I like it.
And a sticker in the top right instead of dead center.
It's a special kind of ugly.
Let's
get down to the actual album itself.
It sure shit is going to make my album cover of the year. It's not going to be in the running for that.
No, it's not.
No, I can safely say that.
Do we want to actually talk about this album itself? What'd you think of this thing?
No, we're just going to talk about the cover, and that's it, guys. We're done.
Well, I mean, I feel like we're spending way too much time on the cover.
I'm just confused. So you've been hearing people praising this album. That's one thing I'm curious.
Yeah, I think people crapped all over Stoney, I feel like.
Yeah, and I think people have...
A lot of video reviews I've heard... or I've seen are people saying that this is a lot better, that they feel like he's grown as an artist, that he's telling a cohesive narrative about the price of fame.
Interesting.
Even though, personally, I feel like that's a story that's been told over and over again. I don't think he's doing anything new with it.
Again, that's also not a unique concept.
Yeah, it's not a unique concept at all. I don't think anyone's really brought anything unique about it in a while.
Long time.
However, I do feel like that's what people are saying.
Yes. All right, so now, before I would interrupt, so you texted me on Saturday when you first heard the album and said that you were going to be surprised how I was going to be surprised about how you felt about the album.
Well, what did you think that I thought? What did you think
I just expected you to not like it. I wasn't sure what the amount of venom was going to be towards it, but I was like, hey, he's probably not going to like it. I had heard the album 1.5 times by the time you had heard it.
Okay. I really like this thing, a lot, which is crazy.
Oh my God.
I really like
Home
this thing.
Alone face.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about him, but for some reason I can't, these songs are just incredibly, incredibly self-indulgent and point the finger at me, and it's almost like he's almost like upset at himself, but he's taking pride in like all the stuff that he's brought upon himself. So like I'll use an example. This is the song "Blame It on Me."
Yeah.
Is like it feels like it's like it's almost like he's Edgar Allan Poe. That's the only way I can really describe him. He's incredibly, and that's the stuff that I go for. So like a lot of times you'll see artists trying to put on this persona of like, oh man, my life is so hard and I'm so cold. And particularly a rapper that's on this album, G-Eazy, he had his album called "These Things Happen," in which he tries to, or no, "When It's Dark Out."
I have no idea. I couldn't name a G-Eazy
Every
album.
G-Eazy album is like
put a gun
this.
to my head.
It's, I'm rich, I do a lot of drugs, my life is great, but my life sucks.
But hey, G-Eazy, autobiographical story though, because I think G-Eazy's been popped for cocaine. I actually saw a tweet a couple weeks ago that said I think G-Eazy and Halsey's relationship is entirely based around doing cocaine together. It could be. It seems like G-Eazy's been arrested for cococaine possession twice in the last
I don't think
few
it's that
months.
deep, but sure, why not? Anyway, let's move on to the white rapper that I actually am a fan of, Post Malone. I don't know what it is about this album, but for some reason he's oozing personality up and down this thing.
Now, see, I am relatively surprised by this thing. I did not expect you to like the record. Now, see, to me,
There's one thing that I don't like about this thing.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
Well, fuck you. No, spit it out. So
this man has the weirdest, like shaky falsetto thing he does. Like in some of his songs, he kind of sounds like a sheep.
Are you talking about like the paranoid man makes paranoid plans, like that type of shit, or like or like the chorus on Over Now?
That one there. Where it's almost like I don't know what it is, but it's somebody put like his vocals in the dryer and like left them in there for too long. Because you can hear them they're vibrating all around. It's like it almost sounds like someone recorded it in a haunted house.
Is that no? But occasionally his voice, like he's like not exactly positive about his assertion he's making. He's like, Post, are you gonna put the pussy in a body bag?
I don't think no. I think he's absolutely going to do that.
Well, no, but just the way his voice cracks, you're like, is he? Are you?
Like he's very uncertain about whether or not he wants to.
No. Post Malone is just not sure about his lovemaking ability.
I almost want to make the noise, but I don't want to like mess up the microphone. But you have to listen to it itself. I can't even really describe it. It's almost like
It could be a production thing.
Maybe that's it. Or I feel like maybe that could be
realistically, I think you're right. I think it is more of a vocal thing.
Yeah. Also, like you look at this guy right here, and you don't think hip hop artist, right?
Again, with the stereotyping.
That brings me to my next point, which is that this album crosses over into many genres, which is the reason why I like it so much.
But I mean, he kind of did that because I had a friend.
Over Now, for example, is a rock song. I think that's a rock song.
Yeah, sort of. I mean, like it has that. I mean, it kind of has that like rock explosion to it.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of the songs have that.
Yeah.
The thing that and I had before I get to my thoughts on the album, I had a friend of mine, shout out Chris Wachowski, recommend Stoney to me a few months ago.
Yeah.
And he said, like, I don't usually fuck with this shit. Like, he likes a lot of, like, techno and, like, hard rock and metal and shit. And he said to me, like, like, I don't really fuck with this type of music usually, but I just really liked Post Malone's, like, vibe in general. Like, I thought the album was really pleasant. It was really, like, I could re-listen to it, all this shit.
Yeah.
And he does draw from a lot of, I mean, like, there was actually more of, like, a country influence on Stoney, which I thought made it a lot.
Well, he's from Texas, right? He
was born in Syracuse. I don't know where he grew up.
Oh, okay.
He was born in Syracuse, New York. I have no idea where he grew up. I don't think he didn't spend his whole life in Syracuse. I know that.
Well, there are Texan influences.
Yeah, and there could be, this is the one time I'm going to stereotype. I mean, he is fucking white. I mean, bad people. I mean, I grew up on country.
Really?
As a Caucasian.
What?
Yeah.
You don't see many of those nowadays. Tell me some
Caucasians that like country? I know, it's wild. I can't come up with a good comparison, so. All right, well, anyways, this album, to me, just emphasizes this is a pop rap record, I think, on the whole. Pop rap, like Post's main vocal delivery is like somewhere between singing and rapping. Mm-hmm. And I think it's very much a pop rap album, but like to me, this is how pop rap should be done. The record is it's so consistently fucking catchy. Right. I can remember like 95% of the hooks.
They're in my head right now.
It's a fucking earworm colony, this album. The whole time, and that's what like the album's 18 tracks and like over an hour long. Like that seems a little bit imposing, but when the shit is like this consistently like bouncy and catchy and fun, you're like, yeah, it makes it a breeze. It doesn't feel like an hour or 4 minutes.
From front to back.
It never feels like there's a couple songs I would say like are a little bit weaker than the rest, but like it's never a drag to listen to because it's so consistently fucking, it has your attention because the hooks are so goddamn good, and Post is fucking great at writing melodies.
Yeah. I was gonna say, and there's different kinds of melodies on this. Like you have
is.
like, there's obviously like the trap melodies on songs like "Same Bitches" with G-Eazy, but then he also pulls out like the other melody, the melodic like acoustic ballads on like Stay.
Yeah,
which is great. I think like a lot of times,
Stay is a great song.
Like I think it's fun to see, especially because a lot of times I think I don't mean to bring in race again, but. It's gonna happen. He's white. Like, you know what I mean? What are you gonna do?
I mean, the guy. I mean, for fuck's sake, again, like this time when
he's from Grapevine, Texas, by the way. That's his origin. Okay. It says origin.
Okay.
Grapevine, Texas.
So good call. Good
anyways,
call,
what was I gonna say? Oh, so a lot of times white rappers, they get put in all these different boxes of like different types. Like there's often different types of white rappers, right? Like you have your Eminems who comes out with the hardcore, hip hop type stuff.
Yeah,
Mac Miller and Asher Roth, Hoodie Allen. They're like the fun party college kid. Sam Adams,
Boston's boy.
That's the Boston's boy. Yeah. So, but with Post Malone, it's different because he plays many. He has different cards to play in his deck. So he has the acoustic stuff, but then he can also do the R&B stuff. He can do the trap stuff. He flows very well. He has all these very versatile type of artists, which I think is refreshing to see from a white artist. That's the point I was trying to make.
And the guy. I mean, he has been. I mean, as you to piggyback off that. I mean, he has been getting. I mean, Christ, if you looked at like last year, like there was so many think pieces like around the time like Rockstar first blew up that people were like, well, Post Malone's a problem. He's a culture vulture because he said something to the effect of like hip hop doesn't talk about real shit in 2017. Everyone's and he said like he hates rap and everyone, which he didn't mean.
Yeah, I mean,
and everyone's like Post Malone's using it. Like I'm like, dude, man, he put too much stock in that shit. Like, and Post Malone, and people tried to make him over. And look what happened. Look what happened. He had the biggest streaming of the year so far.
Well, I think J. Cole beat him.
No, J. Cole's album came out 4.
Oh, okay.
So Post Malone's album came out afterwards.
So he's beat
also
J.
had the
Cole.
biggest second week stream as well. The guy's a fucking stream. But the reason that I think, because he has that crossover, you're right, I completely agree, is that he's not, like, his music very well, it could be, like, generic and it fits the mold of that in terms of, like, the styles he does. But I think it's because of those melodies and that versatility that gives him this crossover appeal. Like, he appeals to a bunch of people that don't listen to rap music.
Which is insane because you have other white rappers like Eminem who their crossover records are not received well by a lot of people.
Well, he's bad at it. I think
there are some that work, and there are some that don't work. It's really interesting to see an artist like Post Malone at this early in his career be able to pull that off, that crossover appeal as a white artist. I feel like.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, Macklemore's done it.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's kind of where it ends.
But also like Macklemore's a lot of his biggest songs, with the exception like a lot of his bigger songs like benefited from somebody else doing a chorus or something.
Exactly.
It's kind of like Iggy Azalea. Like Iggy Azalea, well, Macklemore did have Thrift Shop was just him.
Yeah.
But like Iggy Azalea, like all of her
chorus,
big hits,
it was somebody else.
You're right.
But I know what you mean.
all of her. You're right. Fuck, I forgot about that. I'm an idiot.
How do you forget that?
You
forgot about Wands?
This is fucking awesome.
Come on, man, Wands.
Yeah, no. but if you know, and Macklemore, once he stopped, Macklemore like fell on the tubes after that album because he didn't have. And same with Iggy Azalea. Like Iggy Azalea had all these hits that were huge because she had
the
guest
featured
artists.
Right?
Correct. Like, and minus those featured, and in both cases, the featured artists aren't really like superstars.
Right.
I mean, like in the case of Iggy Azalea, like Charlie XCX and Rita Ora are like known, but they're not absolute. Like,
I understand.
They're not taking over the charts.
This guy is his own
hook guy. He's his own
hook guy, which is an incredible asset to have.
But I mean, like to me, he also has like a lot of his productions like cloud rap based. So he has like the psychedelic elements to his music, or like semi psychedelic. I'm not talking like full blown. Like it's not like you're not going on like a live love ASAP situation where it's like incredibly trippy. But like
like on a very surface level, I think that's the first thing you notice about him. That's the first layer. Is like this erythrial. Is that the word?
Yeah. I'm
the
not
psychedelic.
I'm not the person to talk about pronunciations.
The psychedelic, like very dreamy, atmospheric type stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that I understand what you're saying. Was there anything about this album that you didn't like? I mean,
a couple of the features are bad.
Like what?
Like G-Eazy.
Okay, yeah, I mean,
G-Eazy just comes in from his cocaine bender and just drops these like fucking weak ass. And Same Bitch is a stupid song, but it knows it's stupid.
Well,
see, personally, I thought.
I'm not gonna lie. I think YG's
verse is hilarious.
He's 0 for 2 as far as features, man.
No, see, I thought YG's verse was hysterical because he uses it to just point out the different types. Basically these trifling bitches are talking about the song. These gold digging bitches that they're discussing. YG discusses the types of people that they're screwing.
At least G-Eazy at least stay on topic.
Well, YG was on topic. He was just very specific. He's pointing out that she screwed his boys, like his manager, a Los Angeles Dodgers baseball player. I thought YG's verse was hilarious. No, like the song, it's a very stupid
I
sentiment.
don't know what YG's doing, but after Still Brazy, this is his decline.
No, I agree. I still think he's on that downward spiral. But this verse I found to be entertaining.
I think that was worse than the G-Eazy verse, honestly.
Really?
G-Eazy at least was on topic, and I feel like G-Eazy, like for some reason, I don't know what it is about like rap artists nowadays where they feel like they have to make the song their own, like YG did. Like it was almost like YG didn't even pay attention to what the song was about.
No, I mean I don't think he went off topic. I think that he just took a very bizarre approach to it. He took it very literal.
What's like the last?
He took it very literal.
The last line of his verse where he's like, that's your bitch. Okay, don't worry about it. My boy fucked her, or something like that. My friend fucked her.
Yeah, no, exactly. He's just concerned that he's concerned that his friends are screwing the same girls. And he also knows who these girls are screwing.
That's not what the song's about, though.
No, but I just like the fact that he took a very literal interpretation.
Whatever,
like Post Malone keeps like I'm running into the same girls. This is bad. Like, I can't find love because I'm running into these same like gold digging girls in LA.
Right.
There's 4 million people in it. Why can't I find a nice girl?
Right, but YG's bragging about it, though.
But YG's like, man.
I guess my thing is the tonal shift of the song.
I'll give you that.
It's a completely different tone. But anyway, I don't want to stick too long on that song.
I think we can both agree that that's among the weaker songs of the album. I mean, to me, I think it's either that or Taking Shots is the worst song of the album.
I like Taking Shots.
It's not. I don't think it's like terrible, but it's just like I don't know. It didn't have the same. It didn't have the hook. Didn't have the same pop to it as the rest of it. I don't think so.
That was one of the ones that stood out the most.
Particularly to me, like
it comes right after Zack and Cody,
which I think has one of the better hooks on the album.
I think those two go hand in hand. I like that sequence. You know what I mean, between Zack and Cody, and then Taking Shots right now.
No, see, to me, like Taking Shots, I thought like kind of killed the momentum. Like I think like Rich and Sad and Zack and Cody are like 2 of the better songs on the album.
I'm just like snapping my finger because I have that
no,
hook
exactly.
in my head.
That's the fucking thing, man. No, this album is like fucking crack.
Yeah.
I don't know. The thing is, we're gonna say that, and like this album is like slowly creeping up my favorites of the year. Like I'm gonna be sitting here.
I don't know about that.
I guarantee you, like a month from now, the album of the year. I'm just kidding.
Oh my goodness.
I'm kidding. But like, to me, like the strongest, the stretch that I think has like the strongest is the stretch from like Over Now through Blame It On Me. Mm-hmm. That stretch, like Over Now, Psycho is a good song. I mean, it's fucking.
I don't really. That's the thing is the 2 singles I'm not that particularly a fan of.
I don't think they're among the stronger
21
songs.
Savage and Ty Dolla $ign. I don't think they add a lot to that song. And I think the reason why in Rockstar's case is probably because they didn't write that song. It was Joey Badass and T-Pain.
Yeah.
21 Savage didn't even need to be on that song. I feel like he just didn't have anything to do.
Probably not. But anytime 21 Savage shows up,
and the same thing with Ty Dolla $ign. Ty Dolla $ign. I feel like we've said this before on this show. Ty Dolla $ign. He's good in small doses.
He's good in small doses, yeah, and he gives him a good. I'll admit, Ty Dolla $ign does not add much to that song. I'll give you that. But I think I think it's a good. I think the chorus is great.
Okay.
I think it has it's a very earworthy hook. Ball for Me is fucking great. Mm-hmm. I like also
Nicki Minaj.
I'm here for the Nicki Minaj renaissance. She's
yeah,
also on Playboi Carti's new album.
Okay.
She shows up.
We're gonna have to listen to that then, because I mean that was a really good verse.
It was no. She is very engaged.
Put on kimonos and go to Tokyo.
Cardi B is the best thing that's happened to her.
Okay.
I'm serious. No, because she's back to like rapping with like intensity now.
What are we thinking as far as grades?
Well, I mean, I'm not done yet, man.
Well, we're gonna have to wrap it up soon, my friend.
No.
Yeah.
No, we're not. No, one more. I got one more note to say. One more note to say on 92 Explorers, one of my favorite songs of the album, and I will say the only thing I think the production is good, but it's not. It's rarely great, except for 92 Explorer. London on the track should have produced more fucking songs.
Yeah, man. It's got like those fruity synths.
Exactly. No, like those frantic fucking like signature London on the track synths. Post shines on that, and that brings out the best in his charisma and his energy.
He kind of carried into the last song too, Candy Wraith.
Katy Payne and Sugar Wraith.
Yeah, Sugar Wraith. I'm sorry.
No, you're right, but I think 92 Explorer particularly stands out to me in that regard.
So as far as grades,
I'm
thinking A-.
Oh fuck, you were shining me again.
Yeah.
I'm currently at a B, but a B+ is very attainable.
Okay.
It's close because there's a few songs that I'm kind of like on. There isn't a single song that I absolutely despise on this record, but there's like a few songs, like I said, like Spoil My Night isn't great. The song with Sway Lee on it.
Yeah.
Same Bitches isn't great. Taking Shots I'm not a big fan of, and that's pretty much those are like the 3 songs that I'm like And there's a lot of songs I think are like just pretty good but not great, like Rockstar and Paranoid and Psycho and Candy Paint. But it's a very catchy, very fun album that I intend to bump.
I would say that if you're a fan of like these kinds of artists that are incredibly self-depreciating, like Kid Cudi, for example, you're gonna like this guy. You know what I mean? So go ahead and check it out. obviously.
And if you're not planning on checking it out, if you're planning on hanging out with some white people this summer, you're gonna hear it anyway. So you're gonna be involuntarily listening to this
Happy
album.
summer, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep. If you're partying with the Caucasians, this shit's gonna be fucking rolling through the motherfucking speakers.
That's gonna be the name of the next album, Partying with the Caucasians.
Well, this should be the name of this episode. If it isn't, I'll be very disappointed.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us on As We Proceed. Make sure you go ahead and like us on Facebook, As We Proceed Podcast. We're also on Instagram.
We're also on Instagram.
As We Proceed Official.
And now we're both running the Instagram.
There we go.
And you might get a poorly lit video from me on there every once in a while. It's just some shit's wild.
That was great, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Check us out on SoundCloud and iTunes.
Rate, subscribe.
And join.
Yell us about think pieces.
Yeah, go ahead. Give us all your hate.
We're
waiting to tell you what This Is America meant.
Yep.
And that's the end of the episode. Peace out.
Get ready for June.